Hey Terp fans, it is Mr. Smiley here with another Terps Win B1G War Recap. This time a 57-44 victory against some random Korean clan. So we'll just call this the Korean War. So a couple really high 2 stars, couldn't quite get over the hump here, but Gat had a nice 3-star on a Town Hall 10 here with Valkgasm. As we wait for let's try to zoom back out there. Look at this technical skills. Yeah, so this is a 77 weight. It's a little bit rushed, but Gat also was a little bit rushed. He's now mostly back up to speed, but his heroes still are not, uh, Smiley caliber heroes. So we got a 25 Burger King and a 28 Archer Queen up here. Against this base, this is enough. This is a tough enough base that this is going to stymie a lot of 10s. So Gat being able to the 3-star this one is pretty big. Anything with Infernos becomes a little bit tough. So what we're going to see here, we're going to have, I think he's going to pop some wall breakers and jump into here. And basically, the job of the Golem and the Valkyrie and the Giants here is, again, to core out this base. If you can core out this part of the base with your core team there, the Valkgasm part, then you drop the queen up here. Ideally you'd want to drop it in front of the air defense, but here with the air defense back, a row, and her having to do all this, she's not really in that much danger. So you're going to come in here with the core. Hopefully you pop out of the core, or the wizards will take care of these air defenses too, because they're in the next layer of defense. And then you just drop the queen with some healers. And again, I always go with 4, both on the low end, even against kind of weaker bases. This one has Town Hall 9 max defenses, so 4 is plenty. But even against tougher ones, I usually go with 4 and then have a rage. But anyway, so that's the plan. It's a pretty simple plan, but it works against a ton of bases. So we've been having a lot of success with Valkgasm. And here you see both of the Infernos are on single, which could lead to witches, but at the same time, I think witches, you have to pay a little bit more attention to stuff like mortars. And then I found out, unfortunately, in the last war, I was not paying attention to a kind of a gap in the where I was sending my witches, where 2 wizard towers could destroy them. So that witches are a little bit more temperamental, whereas the golem and the Valk and the giants are big and beefy. And whether it's against singles or multi, they're better against multi, but they'll do the trick on the singles too, because it takes a little while to ramp up. And so the Infernos might go through a couple of the giants, but it's still better than if you have a ton of golems there, or you have your Burger King up in front, then the Infernos will melt them. You have about 2 seconds of being okay, and then it just goes bad real fast. So here you see with the drop the queen first, she's not really doing much funneling, maybe a little bit, but she's mostly there just to distract a couple of defenses and just start going around the outside, picking off stuff. So there you see there's the the Giants and the coring team out there. Valkyrie, of course, run in front. With the single, if it gets on your Burger King, your options are just pop it, make sure you get the barbarians before he dies, or what we've been doing a lot of is just pre-popping them. As soon as the Burger King gets close to a single Inferno, just go ahead and use that ability. But there you see, Gat bought some time with the freeze over the Infernos, and then this is what happens a lot, especially on the compact bases when you use Valkgasm, is that the healers will go off away from the queen, and they'll go on a giant pack or the Valkyrie and or the Burger King and just kind of follow him around. And so a little bit unfortunate that the healers here get a little bit of the air defense fire, taking down one of the healers, but that's not the end of the raid when that happens, because most of the time they're just going in concurrent circular fashion together, just destroying the defenses. And so that giant, there you go, with the giant squad and a Valkyrie with the healers, keeping them pretty much indestructible. They're still providing effective tanking for the queen, and especially when you have a queen that still has her cloak in case the giants get held up there. Most of the time in raiding, even when that happens and the healers go off, it still is a 3-star. So there you go. He pops his cloak. That's a lifesaver there. Healers say, "Oh, damn, queen's injured." Go over to the queen and start healing her up. Still got a couple of giants there as a tank, like a big drink of Gatorade for the queen there. Getting her energy back, her electrolytes. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there we go, finishing it off. Or I guess we got a gold storage. Let's see her walk around a little bit. And there you go, awesome 3. Alright, for the second attack, we're gonna go to EJ's, one of our 8.5s. I think our first 8.5, and now we have about 10 of them, including myself. But he's still keeping his weight low, but his attack skills are really coming up. So let's go ahead and stop this. So he's going to come in with a stoned GoHo, and that's 3 golem GoHo. And usually you see that with a lot of high hero attacks on anti-3 bases. But EJ has had it rocking. With his low heroes at 11 each, they're not high enough that you would normally want to sit them and take a lot of space for a bunch of golem to have the heroes sit behind them. But if you can get the golem like he does here, he's going to lure out this, drop a poison there, make that irrelevant. Then he's going to send his 3 golems under here from a kill squad, and he's going to bust through one layer and then pop a jump here, and that's going to get all this stuff over here, this big cluster of defenses. Well, not that one, but here, over firing towards those golem. They get a little bit stuck there, but they're still providing effective cover for the hogs. And then he's going to send the hogs from down here. And again, when you send the hogs in a wall, your biggest concern is that there's nothing behind the wall for them to backtrack. So you don't want to send them too low, which sometimes works, but you're taking a little bit of a gamble. So you want to spread that hog wall out. And then they're just going to go over here and go around the base. And he's going to be really patient and then just drop his heals as the hogs go around. So very patient with the heals. And really nice 3-star attacking up. Let's go ahead and there we go. So lures it out with, I think it was a 1 hog lure. Gets the Dragloon out of the clan castle. Again, as long as one of your poisons is max, you can destroy a level 5 dragon. You just need to have 2 poisons, one of which is max, and then drop them. I like to do a 4 count in between. I know you can't do them simultaneously, but I'm not sure the exact number of seconds. But on most attacks like this, it's not going to come down to 2 seconds. So there he goes, dropping the wizards, dropping the golem. There's the clan castle golem and the Burger King coming up. He's going to take a whack at the defending queen. Nice and patient on the kill squad. Have the golems all jump in. They're drawing a lot of defenses in there. Even though he only has level 11 queen, that's enough to, if she's not taking any damage, she can help the wizards take out those bottom defenses. There you go with the hog wall, sending them a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he did it wide enough to make sure that it's not going to backtrack anywhere. If there's a hidden Tesla outside the walls, it's not going to distract his hog pack. We were discussing that in one of the chats earlier this week that when do you there are different methods of releasing hogs. There's 1 finger drop, 2 finger drop, surgical, and then a wall. And I rarely see the advantage of doing it in a 1 finger or 2 finger. Sometimes the 2 finger will go around double giant bombs, but for the most part, I think most people have a lot more success with just either a wall for a compact base like this, or then for a base that has a ton of space inside, like an anti 3-star, or just a really wide open base with the defenses on the outside that there aren't traps on the outside. The surgical approach is definitely going to be better there. So there, I've kind of babbled on through EJ's attack, but a really nice hog attack. And at this point, it's just cleanup. So let's see his hogs finish off those gold storages. He tossed a couple wall breakers that he had left over to bust through to help the wizards join in on the fun there on the clan castle. So really nice, really nice stone GoHo, EJ. Offense is coming up to speed. Speaking of our low weight 9s and offense is coming up to speed, Pants en Fuego is I think brand new proud owner of level 4 Valkyrie, and here he's going to put it to use. So let's get in honor of the Illuminati, the Valkyrie. Let's get an orange color here. I know, pretty exciting stuff. So Pants, this base is one of the most common bases that you will ever see, either in farming or out raiding. I know with my new 8.5, I think something like 60% of my raids have to be against the Tailor. So this is the Tailor, and Pants sews up this attack on the Tailor with a GoHoVa. So you get that because it's like, dog, mailman biting dog. Anyway, Pants sews up the Tailor. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna do a lure, I think, with a static poison drop, and then Pants is we change it. Pants is gonna drop his kill squad from up north here. He's gonna bust through the open wall here, the outer layer of the wall right there. He's gonna pop a jump right here. He's gonna get his kill squad into the core, get his Valkyrie in there, and they're just gonna rip up all this. And then from there, and I do want to note about the timing of sending a Valkyrie into a Dragloon. I would not want the Valkyrie to be there, even under the poison. I would not want the Valkyrie to be there when the loons are still up. But the Valkyrie, if they're under a heal as you're sending them, so you drop the jump and you drop a heal, if they're under a heal and there's a poison on the dragon, 1 or 2 shots from that, I think it's 40% damage reduced poison, is not going to hurt your Valkyrie much, and then they're still going to be able to get in, and they're going to core out the space, core out the expos, core out some Teslas in there probably, or they'll help the Wizzles take out the Teslas that are here, and then you're just going to send the hogs. So basically you have this part of the base cored out, and then this is pretty tightly packed area around the outside, the defensive rind, and he's going to take some hogs, and he's going to again, like with the last one, I like to spread out my hogs. I think Pants just goes from here, and on this, where the rind is pretty predictable and the pathing is predictable, I think that works also. But you never know when somebody's going to have hidden Tesla just popping on the outside, and that could throw off. So I like my walls wide. Yep. All right, there goes the Dragloon out of the clan castle. He's going to drop the poison still with the Halloween effects. I guess those are permanent now on the poison spell. There we see the poison finish off the dragon there. So we're going to drop the golems up top, end up stacking a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. There aren't that many other defenses around there. Get a nice widespread, especially on Valkyrie attacks, especially when you have when you're attacking from a corner. You especially need to pay attention to the trash, because sometimes that can be a little bit of a challenge. But still, the Tailor, it's much better to attack from the corner than it is from a flush side, where both of those kind of corner pockets of defenses can get at your squad running through the kind of valley of death there. So this is the right approach, attacking through the corner and doing a jump there. With different styles of an attack, like a witch heavy attack, you also could have done an earthquake there that might have worked really well. But Valkyrie, they're so fast, and they're so focused that the jump definitely is the way to go with Valkyrie over the earthquake. Witches, they're a little bit more slow rolling and rambling. That I think the Earthquake makes sense, but for Valkyrie, jump is the right call. So there, Pants really, really patient with the last heal, gets all of his hogs up to full health. You know, really, really nice job, Pants. So he's got a ton of guys still up for the cleanup. Let's fast forward. And away we go. Alright, so good job, guys. Another nice victory. Let's go Terps.